Assalamu alaikum students. Hope you are fine and doing well regarding your studies by staying at your homes through the online system. As we have many discussions or topics in our face-to-face classes and online classes as well to understand the meaning and the concept of the psycholinguistics, as it is the study of the language with the help of mind, means how our mind assists us to acquire the language. We need to determine that how our mind and why our mind works to acquire or to learn the language. So the field of psycholinguistics tries to explore that how human language can be acquired or learned through the mind, through the mental process, through our cognition, through intuition. Our mind is abstract and the brain is concrete. First of all, we have to elaborate the concept behind the abstractness. What is the abstract? Abstract is an object which is an abstract. It means it cannot be in our access. We cannot touch it. We just feel it. And the brain is and the word concrete and counterpart the word is concrete. It means that thing which is clear, which is in our access. We can touch, we can observe, we can touch it. So according to a few psychologists, our mind is just like the body of the computer, means the outer side or outer part of the computer body is just like our brain, but the software work, but the assignments, but the internal work or internal characteristics or feature of that computer the software, and our mind is just like that, those that software which linked with the computer. So our brain is concrete and our mind is abstract, means we can touch our brain but we cannot touch our mind lies at our brain. So as the outer body of the computer is tangible, means we can touch the computer body, and the inner side of the computer is intangible, but we cannot touch the inner side of the computer. That is why it is intangible. So the same scenario, the same cases with the human mind, and the brain is tangible and the human mind is intangible. हालांकि हमारा जो माइंड है ये सबसे ज़्यादा एक्टिव काम करता है, ब्रेन से भी ज़्यादा एक्टिव काम करता है, बट इसकी एक कंस्ट्रेंट है कि हम इसको डायरेक्टली जो है इसको देख नहीं सकते हैं, इसको हम जस्ट फील कर सकते हैं विद आवर इमोशंस, डिज़ायर, विद आवर टॉक्स, विद आवर लैंग्वेज. लेकिन ये इसकी सिनेरियो डिफरेंट है. जिस तरह से कंप्यूटर के अंदर सॉफ्टवेयर काम तेज़ी से करता है, आउटर पार्ट सिर्फ उसको सेव करती है, उसको प्रोटेक्शन प्रोवाइड करती है. इसी तरह से हमारा ब्रेन हमें प्रोटेक्ट करता है, किसको? हमारे माइंड को. हम किसकी बेस पर हैं? हमारे माइंड की बेस पर. देखने में हमारा माइंड एब्स्ट्रैक्ट है, बट इनफैक्ट इन रियलिटी इट इज़ कंक्रीट, इट इज़ क्लियर. It performs certain functions, it performs certain duties, it performs certain rules in order to understand the human language. So after elaborating the nature of the psycholinguistics shortly, we will elaborate the models of the speech production in the field of psycholinguistics. Mean, if there are certain models, what's the nature of those models? What are those models? Why are those models are important, significant for the psycholinguistics or our our language through the brain, human mind. So speech production and the acquisition of the sound is very significant, it is very central, it is very pivotal in the discipline of the psycholinguistics. Moving on, there are few models in linguistics or in the field of psycholinguistics which can assist us to observe or comprehend or understand the process of our mind in order to understand or in order to acquire the sounds along with the recognition of the sounds. Mean, what is the recognition of the sounds? Mean, why one sound is different from the other sound, why one sound is similar to the other sound, how sounds are combined, how sounds are originated, how those sounds are combined in order to form the words. So all models seems to have some common features. तो इन सब के अंदर एक जो कॉमन फीचर है वो किस चीज़ का है कि हमारी आर्टिकुलेशन ऑफ द साउंड या एक्विजिशन ऑफ द साउंड जो है पैटर्न हम किस तरह से करते हैं, स्पीच प्रोडक्शन की आर्टिकुलेशन हम किस तरह से करते हैं. फॉर इंस्टेंस, फर्स्टली द बेसिक और क्रूशियल क्वेश्चन बिहाइंड ऑल मॉडल्स, द कंसर्न is that how linguistic components are recovered and assembled and similar एंड ड्यूरिंग कॉन्टिन्यूस स्पीच, किस तरह से छोटे छोटे साउंड्स जो हैं वैकेंट साउंड से फोनीम्स से हमारे पास जो हैं किस तरह से मॉर्फीम्स, किस तरह से वर्ड्स बनते हैं, किस तरह से छोटी छोटी साउंड जो हैं वो इनको कंबाइन करते हुए हम किस तरह से एक अपने स्पीच को कंटिन्यूअली लेकर चलते हैं, किस तरह से हम ये फाइंड आउट करते हैं कि सब्जेक्ट है, वर्ब है, ऑब्जेक्ट है, या हम एक सेंटेंस के बाद अगला सेंटेंस, उसके बाद मूविंग ऑन हम इसको अपनी कम्युनिकेशन के टॉक ऑफ एक्सचेंज को टेक्स प्लेस करने में हेल्प आउट हम करते हैं किस तरह से। तो वो कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट कौन से हैं, वो कॉम्पोनेंट्स कौन से हैं जो रिकवर किए जाते हैं। सेकेंडली, द मॉडल्स or the pioneer of those models agree that linguistic information is introduced by the individual units and on a hierarchy of level, कि उनके अंदर जो है इंडिविजुअल यूनिट्स तो वो होते हैं, जिस तरह से हमारे पास फोनीम है, मॉर्फीम है, मॉर्फोलॉजी है, सिलेबल है, बट on what grounds, on what levels, or are they follow any sequence, are they follow any chain, any hierarchy. So for instance, distinctive features like voicing means per sound is by, per sound is voiceless, and by ber sound is by voiced. हालांकि इन दोनों की प्लेस सेम है, इन दोनों का मैनर सेम है, लेकिन इनकी वॉइसिंग के अंदर एक ऐसा फीचर है जो कि एक इंडिविजुअल यूनिट तो है, पर एक इंडिविजुअल यूनिट है किससे, बर से, उसकी जो वॉइसिंग है, उसका जो फीचर है वो वॉइसलेस क्यों है, वो वॉइस्ड क्यों है। इसी तरह से फोनीम्स किस तरह से बनते हैं, कैसे फोनीम दूसरे से डिफरेंट है, किस तरह से फोनीम्स मॉर्फीम्स से डिफरेंट हैं। तो फोनीम्स क्या है, फोनीम इज द मिनिमल यूनिट ऑफ द ह्यूमन स्पीच साउंड विच कैन नॉट बी फर्दर सब डिवाइडेड। फॉर इंस्टेंस ट is one morpheme, it cannot be further divided. The is the second morpheme, it cannot be further divided, the second sound. In English phonology, like the same case is the morpheme is now play is a free morpheme, means it clears it in its sense, we can say that it is a verb. But if I say that he plays, then now the s is the subject verb agreement with the he, third person pronouns. It constraint on the third person pronouns that it takes with the s in its subject verb agreement sense. Like syllable, which it is also the part or the portion of the phonetics and phonology. Like words means how words are formed after elaboration, the morphemes or the phonemes, and how different words are combined in the form of phrases. What are the phrases? Phrase is the part of the group of the words which do not convey complete sense. It is not a complete sentence, but it may depends on the one word phrase, two word phrase, three word phrase, but it is not a it does not convey a complete sense. So and that the other order in which these units are recovered, gained, is sequential as they build upon one another. Means if we do not discuss about the voice or the phoneme, then our way of communication would be meaningless, our language would be meaningless. Each and every feature, each and every individual unit is linked or co-joined with the previous one. Voicing is linked with the phonemes, phonemes linked with the morphemes, morpheme links into syllables, syllables into words, and words into phrases, phrases into clauses, clauses into sentences, and sentences as well in the form of the final position is the discourse. Discourse, what is discourse? It is a language, it is a talk of exchange, complete language. The third feature of the model in the field of the psycholinguistic examines that it seems that all models agree, the pioneer of thought models agree that you would need, means speakers need to access semantics and syntax first to the phonology of an utterance. Means how we can say that it is an utterance until or unless we do not elaborate it's the structure of that utterance or the meaning of those utterances. Clear? Phonology comes afterwards. First of all, we have to elaborate. In earlier slides, in further next slides, we will see that how we can conceptualize or we can create images and we can create the study of the meaning, how we can build up syntax or grammar before articulating the speech sounds or the utterances or the phrases or the sentences. So as the former dictates the later, and thus all models share in common the following stages and substages in this order, in this manner. So what I say. Likewise, the sentence formation. What is the sentence formation? Sentence is a group of words which conveys a complete sense. How these different words are combined, how they are formed, we have to see this. So the first thing, to build up a sentence is the lexicalization. It is taken from the lexemes. It is the part of the semantics. It is this meanings, the study of the meaning. Lexemes, words, expressions. Lexicalization selects the appropriate suitable words or expressions to convey the message, which is to be conveyed through the concept by after making the conceptualization. Then, after elaborating the vocabulary, the word level, we need to elaborate those different words like the verb, like pronoun, like subject, like SVO, as in English language constraint that our structure we follow in English language the structure of subject, verb, and object rather than subject, object, and verb. We cannot say that Ali apples eat. We can say that, we should say that Ali eats apples. So the other category is syntactic structuring, how we build up those different parts of speech, those individual words in a proper sentence. So syntactic structuring, it selects the appropriate or the suitable order and grammatical principles which governs the chosen words, the selected words, the decided. Third stage is the articulation. In the elaboration of the speech production, effective speech production is that it executes the motor movements which are crucial to properly articulate the sounds, structure of the phrases and its constituent words. Means that after elaborating the semantics, after elaborating the meanings, after giving the concept or the process of the conceptualization, now we have to see that how we can or how should we articulate and which manner we need to be articulate those elements, those elaborated components, as we have earlier discussed that semantic and syntax come first rather than phonetics of an utterance of a sentence. So about these models introduction, it is enough today's discussion. I hope you have a quick or have a solid idea about what the nature of the models, that what is model, what is the significance of the models, what are the role of the models in the speech production or in the acquisition of the speech production with the help of our mind in the field of the psycholinguistics. In our next classes, we will also discuss each and every model with its pros and cons, with its characteristics, its features. So, Allah Hafiz, stay blessed. If you have any queries, you may ask by any mode of communication. You can consult me through WhatsApp, by LMS, by email, and hope it will be an effective lecture for today's discussion. Okay, students, stay blessed. Allah Hafiz.